boom! He put a big hit on him, and he lets it fall out of his hands.
Charles Davis. As always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start the drive with Lynch. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film section, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. First down, Fitzpatrick. Flushed out right. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fitzpatrick. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Back to the ground now, Patterson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dave Casper from 19 yards away. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. On 1st and 10, Bledsoe looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They'll run with Lynch. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, an 8-yard touchdown run. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Gano for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here. No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Herbert. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. side here, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
On first down, Bledsoe. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Bobby McCain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Fitzpatrick, he'll buy some time right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
That's caught out left side by Casper. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up fourth down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw on second down, Bledsoe. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the 8-time Pro Bowler, Steve Atwater. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Back near his goal line, Fitzpatrick. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. this might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Take it at the 37. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Looking to throw. Bledsoe. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. A handoff for Herbert. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Bledsoe. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Gibson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Antonio Gibson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run, running with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows.
Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Guess who? J.J. Watt, as he so often does, getting in there to wreak havoc. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. Being chased out left. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing Fitzpatrick. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. Gano's kick is good, and that pushes the lead to 8 points. They've doubled them up. It's 16-8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a two-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Bledsoe looking deep for Crabtree. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Patterson running between the tackles, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now a give running left with Lynch. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They won on 2 fronts there, so to speak, Charles. Not only do they stop him short of the first, they get him out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, they won. The offensive guys lost because they wanted to stay in bounds and have that clock run or force you to use timeouts. Instead, the defense won, as you mentioned, on both fronts.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Lynch. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. 4th down, Fitzpatrick. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Touchdown. Cordero Patterson from 10 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Gano the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Throwing on 1st down, Bledsoe. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll get that to his tight end, Casper. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Steve Atwater with a pick. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
To a knee goes Fitzpatrick, and that should just about do it. So celebration down on the field for a good, hard-fought victory. Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from FedEx Field. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They run again on 1st down, Lynch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Fitzpatrick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw it through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Fitzpatrick. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They start the drive with Lynch. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 1st down, the run with Lynch. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Rodgers. It's complete to Fitzgerald. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down. And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen rush coming, and he's taken down. Ted Hendricks making his presence felt. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Fitzpatrick. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
It's taken to the 26. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held him, they might go for it again.
On 2nd down, Lynch.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
We're scoreless after 1.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Now Rodgers. He's going to get this out to Marshawn Lynch. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The 13 yards that time of the 1st. Now it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Getting the call, Lynch running left.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 68 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They go with Lynch right side.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards on the play, first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Now Lynch running right. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. This is caught. It's Crabtree. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On second down and 4. Fitzpatrick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now Lynch, left side. And some room to run now. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Lynch, no, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now a give, running right is Lynch. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll go. It's Patterson.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Get 300! Get 300!
Rodgers now on first down. Got it complete to Crabtree. And they take this out near the 30 before he's taken down. And they'll give to Lynch out of the gun. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fitzgerald. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On play action. Now Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 169 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now a give running left with Lynch. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, they go Lynch. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back now at FedEx Field. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Again, the play clock's going to run out on him.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They'll run again with Lynch. And a short gain down to about the 33. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. This is brought in by Casper. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Rodgers now on 1st down. It's caught by Crabtree. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got Casper over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll try and wind down some clock with Lynch. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Pulled in at the 24. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field, Charles. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by the 8-time Pro Bowler, Steve Atwater. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Lynch. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 3rd. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from FedEx Field.
Dante Hall going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Start with a carry by LaDainian Tomlinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. Great beginning there under the bright lights of primetime.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in primetime is on you.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. 3rd and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They run again on first down, Lynch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Here's a give to Lynch. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Taking it about the 1.
On the return, here's Hall. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
But that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing Fitzpatrick. He'll get that to his tight end, Casper.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And he'll find Hall. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Dante Hall, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick, a hit as he throws there, incomplete. Rocky start throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
And now the throw here is is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Tressway on fourth down is sent out to punt. Back deep, two-time Pro Bowler Dante Hall. This is brought in at the 21. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Now Fitzpatrick.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They go with Lynch right side. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. So after the run by Lynch, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
They'll give it to Patterson.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. He's got a man. It's the tight end Casper. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Lynch. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Getting the call, Lynch running left. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter but that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, a 21-yard touchdown run. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point try good by Gano. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he returns this to the 22.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Deacon Jones. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Fitzpatrick. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. In a tie game, I don't think anybody in this building, including you or I, was expecting that.
No, I would agree with that totally. I didn't expect to see it at all, but I kind of like where they were going with this. You know, as you said, tie game, trying to steal a possession, steal an advantage, and you told your defense at the half you were going to do it, which also told them that you had confidence in them in case it failed, as that one just did.
And now you've given good field position here to start the third quarter. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now Lynch running right. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On third down, LaDainian Tomlinson.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
I guess if you're going to run for it on third down, not a bad idea to get behind your Hall of Fame left tackle there, Anthony Munoz.
He was so good, it was like a guard and a tackle was in the same body. You know, it was almost like they had an extra blocker at the line of scrimmage. Phenomenal player and really prepped it well at USC, where they ran those power sweeps behind him in a big way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
They stay on the ground. Tomlinson.
And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Cameron Curl.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Fitzpatrick. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards to pick up there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Hall bringing in another one. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. First down, Fitzpatrick. And now here's another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now Lynch, left side, fights through it. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's got his running back, LaDainian Tomlinson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Fitzpatrick now. This is brought in by Casper. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Fitzpatrick. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown Raiders. Dave Casper, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Rob Woodson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taken in at the 3.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Fitzpatrick.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Rob Woodson.
And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
And they'll run with LT to begin the drive. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Again, it's Tomlinson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Handoff left, Tomlinson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The tackle for loss goes to Matthew Ioannidis. Really nice play.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try the left side with LT. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing here, Fitzpatrick. That one's complete to Tomlinson.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. To a knee goes Fitzpatrick, and that should just about do it. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it?
You